I lost my dad in March, congestive heart failure,
Sorry to hear that.
right as the virus took off on us. And um, last time I saw him, Tim, last time I saw him, we played Clemson at home, our final home game. He was in and out of the hospital last winter, frustrated, wanted to come to games, loved coming to Castle Coliseum where we play and seeing the Hokies play. He you know, he got there for that Clemson game. The color guards leaving the floor, and he's over sitting with my wife right across from our bench. And I made eye contact with him and threw up my hand, and he threw up his hand, and that was the last time I saw him.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
with the Sunday of the what would have been the finals of the ACC tournament. Um, so that's been hard. I know you have a great relationship with your dad. My dad, I talked to him. I so help me goodness. I talked to him after every game throughout my head coaching career. And we might talk for 30 seconds. We might talk for 30 minutes.
Did he coach
But
you up a little bit?
Pardon me?
Did he coach you up a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. He was a former coach, baseball, football guy, middle school principal. So that's been hard. My mom is healthy as all get out. I have a brother in Roanoke, just down the road. He comes to every game. His children come to every game. All that's been a lot of fun, great fun.
So this reminds me, my mom passed away last year at Thanksgiving. So two Thanksgivings ago, and I'm almost thankful, honestly, because she was an anxious person, and this COVID would have driven her right through the roof. And but my dad's 93, still alive, and in 2012 or 2013, my dad needed open heart surgery. And I live in the neighborhood of a surgeon, and he actually came. My dad was in the house, and he came in and he looked. Dad brought all his records, did an old doctor home visit, Rick Thompson. So he says, "Sir, you need surgery, or you're going to die." And Dad says, "Well, let's schedule it. This summer." No, we need it now. And this is just looking at his vitals and all his records. So we schedule, and Dad's convinced. He goes in on like a Monday morning, and we're going to play Illinois on Wednesday, right? So he goes in on Monday. They do the surgery. The surgeon comes out after several hours. I mean, several. And he says, "This is really a hard surgery." He goes, "There's a lot of plaque. We think everything's okay, but with all that plaque, we're worried about stroke, this, that, and the other thing. He should be awake in 4 or 5 hours. 4 or 5 hours comes, doesn't wake up. Next morning, doesn't wake up. He's out for 4.5 days, just doesn't wake up. He's in a coma, so to speak, or whatever, right? So we have to play. In his eyes, he's going to have surgery and then come to the Illinois game on Wednesday.
Right.
And if not, he's coming to the Northwestern game on Saturday, 2 home games. So he wakes up on Friday and he says, "What time's the game tomorrow?" And I said, "Well, it's an afternoon game, Dad." And first of all, we were just so grateful he woke up, but he woke up sharp, right? He says, "Well, afternoon game, it's Wednesday." I said, "No, we already lost to Illinois." You slept through that one. But I will tell you, there wasn't a worse feeling in my life than walking on that floor with my dad in the ICU and being helpless, especially when he came to me for help. And those are just difficult times, and you still coach through them, and you still, and that's where a lot of, fans don't always understand like how much those things impact you emotionally, how much they impact your whole life, and really how you go about it. And those lessons learned from a dad, there's only very few things in life we only have one of, right? Like a dad and a mom. We have a whole bunch of cars. Some guys go through a whole bunch of wives, but I mean, there's only one mom and dad, and so it's they have such a strong impact on your life.
They do. A regret, it's a regret. But we lost. We played like dogs. We lost to North Carolina in Greensboro. I got home, it was like, we had a dead period or whatever. We couldn't go on the road. And I'm hearing more and more about the coronavirus and so on. And I said to my wife, I said, I it had been a little gray here in the Southwest Virginia for quite a bit of time. I told my wife, I said, I need some sunshine. Let's go to South Carolina. So we head back to South Carolina, see friends. And that weekend is when everything really took off. And Dad sounded bad. And I called him, and I was coming by Radford on my way to Blacksburg, 20 minutes away. And I said, "Hey, listen, man, you gotta hang in there. I can't come by and see you right now as much as I want to. This virus, Dad, I don't know if I've got it. I don't know if you've got it." And he passed away that night. But you're right. They blessed us with one, and I lost Dad, and I think about him every day. I mean, every single day. Would give anything. 10 miles, I would give anything to reach over and pick up that phone and call him. I talked to our team about it. I've talked to our team about it a couple of times. Call your mom. Call your mother.
Yep.
She wants to hear from you. She would love to hear from you.
So, yeah, I text my mom, and she'd say, "Timmy, I just want to hear your voice."
Yes.
Timmy,
yes.
Yeah. I tell you, it was funny because what got me on this was when you said you waved at your dad after the game. My dad finally made our last home game of the year, which was, of course, a month later. He came to our Iowa game, sat in a wheelchair right behind our bench. And there's a great picture in the local newspaper that we had come back from 19 down and made a last second shot to beat Iowa, and essentially knocked him out of the NCAA tournament my first year at Nebraska. And we had just made the shot. The scoreboard's just changed, and I'm waving, get back. The first thing you score, 2 seconds, you're like, no timeouts. Get back.
Right.
And my dad is standing up cheering, and he's got a big smile on his face. And so I blew that up and gave it to him for Father's Day, and he still got it and stuff like that. So I was really happy, to be able to do that. And those are those special those guys at those games, man, it's easy to find them because you feel them over there.